Now, think about this if you're a brummie. It's a KNAUS Sun I. Sun I! And it's about to brighten up your day. So as you can see, it is an A-class. It's 7.5 meters long. It looks really nice in the white with the black alloys. It does only come as white, but that's what it is. You've either got this at 7.5 meters, as we said just, or you have the 900, which is obviously a tag axle version. Pretty standard on this side. You've got 2 garage doors, which is just what you want. But is this the best looking back end that you've seen? So as you can see, it's completely different what you normally see. When you've got this window at the top, it makes it just look like the line of motorhomes that you get around. It's just moulded really well. It makes it look completely different. The lighting at the back looks really well. What do you think? As standard, these are 4 ton and just less than 600 kilograms payload, so there's enough to play with. Obviously it's a little bit heavier because it's got a few toys on here as well. Nice big garage, as you can see. We've got the fixing points to the left and right hand side so you can strap things down, and then there's a nice bit of storage which goes really well moulded to that back panel that we saw just a second ago. It sort of makes sense when you actually look at it from the outside and then inside. As you would have expected, it has got things like the awnings, cassette toilets, storage, gas, everything you'd expect. Now let's go and have a look, see what it looks like in the dark. So this is the LG version, the 700 LG, and as you can see, that's transverse across the back. The way that the cabinetry and everything is moulded is just so nice. I love the curvature on there. I love the curvature on this right hand side going across, even to the storage that's up here, and you've got that high gloss with the LED lighting going through it. It just looks spot on. LED lighting again around here. Carpeted ceilings, everything like that. To give you an idea, in 2022, 2023, I've seen the starting prices from around 137, 138. So it's got to be premium for that sort of price range. And to be fair, it looks it. Something that KNAUS do, they do the darker wood compared to others, for example. You know, for example, the Cathargos that you're looking, they've just got a slightly lighter wood. I think can look a bit dated, whereas this looks quite modern, in my opinion. What do you think? Comment below. So as you can see in the toilet, it is a bit tight, I've got to admit, but once you open this up, and that closes really nicely, by the way, it just opens it up really, really, really well. As soon as you're also looking down here at the moment, we do have double floor, so you have got storage below, and you can use that accordingly. There are a couple of pockets throughout the motorhome. Starting from the top, we do have really nice LED lighting, which really brings out my eyes. Got a couple of spotlights, nice little push button handles, something different that you normally get, and a push button on the toilet as well. On the other side, we do have the shower, so it is a separate compartment. The only thing I'm not sure about is a carpeted ceiling, and I expect a little bit of mould almost. You know, it can sort of happen, but that's really nice and clean, so I'm assuming I'm probably wrong with this. Now, on both sides of this, we do have really nice storage in the space of 2 big wardrobes. So you have got this to both sides, which is, you normally only get one, is what I'm trying to get at. And again, you look up and it's just really nice LED lighted around the carpeted ceiling. You can see where the money is with it. So starting with your left hand side, I really like how they've done the wood on the fridge freezer. Sometimes you just get a really crap plastic thing, but that's as solid as you'll get. Again, a locker just above, and if you carry on looking down, look at that, it's got safe. I like how that's a little bit of a hidden door there. You never saw that coming, did you? So continuing round, and I'm just going to get to a lower level, I really love how this goes round, and it's a really nice dark high gloss, looks really well with the lighter. You have got your socket there, and you have got controls there also. Something you wouldn't probably expect with this sort of drawers is you'd expect them to come out towards me, but it's just great to see how they come out at a bit of an angle. Just well thought after. And then you've got your oven just below. LED lighting again continues all the way through, and even onto this spice rack here, which is also lit up really nice with the dark wood in the bottom with the chrome on top. Continuing on, we do have a nice metal basin. We do have 3 hobs. Again, storage all the way through. You do have carpeted walls inside the cupboard. Nice clear glass cupboard there for your glasses. It just looks really, really nice. And that's the reason why we have the blinds closed on this, because I think it just really does it justice to be able to show you what it's going to look like on those dark winter nights. Carrying on, there is also a nice little party trick. So the next really nice feature, and the reason why these were off when we first basically picked it up, is if you pull up this this shelf here, which is really good when you're working in the kitchen but you want it out of the way the rest of the time, there are 2 buttons. There's a black one and a red one. The black one does this. And voila, we have a TV. Really nice feature. It's exactly what you expect from a premium motorhome, starting from just under 140 grand in today's money. And it's something as simple as this. So when it goes back down again, you can put this wood part against there and you can see that wheel that spins, and it just goes down at a nice soft pace. Just really well thought about. And probably the only downside to this motorhome, it is a small front dinette, but by the time you swivel those lovely front seats round, it's big enough. And to be fair, there's only going to be at most 4 of you. It's probably going to be a 2-person cruiser or something like that. But I do love how high-sided this is and how chunky that is in the corner, and how it lifts, you know, all the way up to nearly full height. So when you're relaxing, it's a full tall back to it. And then just opposite this area, we do have that single seat. And just to finish off the 4 belts to this motorhome, we do have this drop-down bed. I love how it's all leather or cloth, whichever one. This is chrome and leather on the handle. Again, absolutely lovely. And that's a metal handle with LED lighting just behind. And if I pull that, it just comes down all the way nicely. Some really good height to this as well. You're not going to feel claustrophobic on it. You've even got storage for things like iPads for when you're watching in bed just before you fall asleep. So with this being an expensive motorhome, you do expect an electric cab blind on something of this calibre. And it has just that, and as you can see, it'll just let in the light really well. It saves climbing all over the dash at night to be able to get that blind down. Obviously the sides are manual, they just slide across, but even then the concertina just so you can go around the lumps and bumps of the windows and the frames and everything like that. So in the cab area itself, again, proper A-class cab. I love bits like this down here which pull up, and you've got storage. You've got 3 wine bottle holders. It's probably wrong, isn't it? You're probably not allowed to do like that while you're driving. You've got cup holders, Fiat Ducato cab, steering wheel controls, cab air conditioning, a nice big sat nav system. Again, it's just finished really, really nicely all the way through. So there's probably just 3 or 4 little niggly things that I'm not a fan of. First of all is that and that. Every time you go past that, you catch your side on it. Probably my fault, probably a little bit wider than I want to be, but there we go. Next of all, you've got lighting switches just there. And then you've got lighting switches just there. Now, they pretty much control the same thing, but the problem is there's a delay of probably 2 or 3 seconds, so you keep pressing them, and by the time the lights comes on, it's gone back off again. There we go. Little things which just would make a difference. The biggest one for me is probably this door here. It's the same cheap style door that you get on one of the cheaper end of the market now, whereas on something else you're going to get a nice Hartle handle, something a bit chunkier that feels a little bit heavier. I just feel like it's lacking a little bit there. And then finally, to finish off, that control panel just up the top. I know it probably functions well and everything like that, but on something like this it just looks a little bit cheap. So not terrible out of all the things, but it could just do that little bit improvement to the van. Something that I haven't seen on the motorhomes like this, the KNAUS and so on, is you can see all these little levers down here to move the seat in directions that they don't normally go. For example, the base comes out, it slides out to here, and it just keeps the seat in the same position. And I'm pretty sure that down there is a heated seat option as well. So overall, for 7.5 metres, I think this is a lovely, lovely van. I'd love to have a see of what the 9 metre van looks like and what the new ones look like. I did have a quick look at Dusseldorf not long ago, and I think they just got the upholstery and cabinetry and everything really right, and it's something different from the elegances and everything else and all the other ranges that are around. So let me know what you think. Do you think the lighting is good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's too dark? Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.